We will discuss about causes of knee pain because knee pains are different in different age groups. We discuss about knee pains in children. Most of the time, small children, knee pains are due to growth spurts. We call them growing pains. What happens is the bones will go faster than the ligaments. So what happens is there will be traction on the joints and at the attachment of the ligaments to the bones. So temporarily there will be knee pains, and this is a self-limiting condition, doesn't need any treatment. Most of the time it needs reassurance to the parents, and it will go away when the balance between the length of the ligaments and the length of the bones. Most of the time simple analgesics, physiotherapy, maybe little hot or cold fomentation will solve the problems. In adolescents, especially from age 12 to 18 years, knee pains are commonly in the front of the knee. What happens is at the attachment of the big ligament of the knee, that is called patellar ligament in the front of the knee, there is a traction injury, or it's called osteochondritis. The exact cause is not known, but what happens in this age group, there will be swelling, pain, sometimes some inflammation, especially just below the knee where the bony prominence is there. The bony prominence also becomes a bit bigger. This is called Osgood-Schlatt's disease. This is also most of the time self-limiting condition, and during acute attack, if children do not participate in sports or any physical activity, it will go away. By growth, what happens is when the growth plate fuses with the main bone, the pain completely subsides. Doesn't need any treatment most of the occasions, but if pain is significantly severe, what we can do, we can give little physiotherapy, analgesics, maybe splinting of the knee, and especially restriction of the physical activities which will give rest and control of the symptoms. Most of the time these symptoms, especially children, are not worried, but we have to treat the parents. So reassuring parents, explaining them that it's a self-limiting condition, nothing serious, it will go away with the time. I think most of the time this will help the parents as well as the children. The other group, main group between 20 to 40, the common cause of arthritis is inflammatory arthritis. Among the inflammatory arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis is very common. Generally common in females, affects in second, third decades. Most of the time it starts with the small joints of the wrist and hands, and most of the time they will have pain and stiffness early in the morning. We call it as morning stiffness, which will last more than 40 minutes. That is significant morning stiffness. What happens is initially starts with the stiffness and pain, then swelling, followed by deformities of the especially wrist joints and finger joints. It also affects the knee joints, hip joints, elbow joints, and occasionally shoulder joints. Most of the time, as time passes on, the pain swelling increases, the deformity increases, their ability to walk will increase, and they may be bedridden if not taken enough treatment. But good thing about rheumatoid arthritis is, if we diagnose early, we have almost good control of the disease. We can prevent most of the deformities resulting from this disease. What we have to understand is, during active disease process, if we can control with medication, the medication is called disease modifying drugs. So if we take these medicines early in the onset of the disease, we can control symptoms and prevent the deformities. The other important part of the treatment is pain control as well as physiotherapy. Most of the time what happens is the joints need good range of movements because the joint surface does not have nutrition or blood supply. The nutrition comes from the joint fluid. So if we do not move the joint, the nutrition will not enter into the articular cartilage. So it is very important, as well as normal joints and arthritic joints, movements through the range of joint is important to get the nutrition into the articular cartilage. That will help in healing the joint. So once sometimes what happens in severe diseases or when late onset, late diagnosis, we have to intervene surgically. Depending on the type of the joint, we have to treat by surgeries. In case of knee, we may have to do knee replacement. In case of a hip, we may have to do total hip replacement. In case of wrist and fingers, may be able to do small operations like synovectomy, fusion, which will help the patients to control the deformity or correct the deformity and reduce the pain as well as swelling. The knee pain, which is common among middle-aged and elderly population, is because of osteoarthritis. The WHO recent estimate is about 7 crore population in India are suffering with osteoarthritis of the knee. That means it's as big as any state in India. So the common problem with this one is disability and pain. Their activities will be limited. The exact cause of osteoarthritis is not known, but there are various theories. One of the theories, the repair mechanism is lost in patients with osteoarthritis. What happens is day-to-day activities or any running, jumping, sporting activities, there will be damage to the normal articular cartilage of the knee joint. In a normal person, we have the ability to repair these cartilage injuries, minor injuries. But persons who are affected with osteoarthritis or who are prone for osteoarthritis, this ability to repair is lost. So what happens is, because there is no repair, it gradually disintegrates. The joint, what happens is degenerates and the bone is exposed, getting pain, swelling, stiffness and deformities. So there are so many treatment options are available depending upon the stage of the disease. And the important thing is, when these symptoms start, especially in this age group 50 and above, they should visit a doctor, examine by the doctor, get some simple investigations like x-rays, blood tests, and we should be able to diagnose osteoarthritis with simple tests. And majority, 90% of these patients can be treated without operation. Only 10% of the patients need an operation. Osteoarthritis is very common problem affecting majority of the population and is supposed to be the major disability in the society across the world. The treatment of osteoarthritis depends on its stage. Generally, we decide or grade osteoarthritis into 4 types: grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 and grade 4. In grade 1, where symptoms are mild, most of the time managed by physiotherapy, simple analgesics like paracetamol, physiotherapy and modification of activities, like they should avoid going up and down stairs, sitting on the floor and heavy physical activities. Most of the time in this stage can be controlled by simple measures. In stage 2, where their symptoms are mild to moderate, we may have to do more than simple analgesics. but they have to do again physiotherapy, simple analgesics, modification of activities like avoiding going up and down stairs, sitting on the floor. But occasionally what happens is, nowadays we have injections. There are mainly two types of injections. One type is synovial fluid injection, commonly used is Synvisc 1, which we will inject into the joint in outpatient department. It doesn't need anesthesia and they can go home within 10-15 minutes. They can walk immediately. What happens is, once we inject this hyaluronic acid into the joint, it will stay within the joint about 6 weeks and it will supposedly help to repair the damaged articular cartilage, and sometimes it prevents further damage of the articular cartilage. This way it will improve the pain, swelling and their ability to walk. The other common injections what we do is PRP injection. PRP means platelet rich plasma. What we do is, we take patient's own blood, isolate PRP by centrifuging patient blood and re-inject into the joint. Generally we inject up to 6 to 8 ml of fluid, and the mechanism action is, again, it will help to repair the damaged cartilage and it will help prevent further damage, because the repair mechanism is lost in osteoarthritic patients. So most of the time both these injections are equally effective, though their mechanism of action is little different. In stage 3, where symptoms are moderate to severe, most of the time what happens is, we have to again treat them with symptomatic treatment like physiotherapy, painkillers, modification of activity. But sometimes we can do laser treatment like arthroscopic debridement of the joint, removal of loose pieces of the cartilage, removal of loose bodies, and also shaping of the smoothening of the joint surface. Most of the time, if patients have mechanical symptoms, in the sense if they have any loose body, locking of the knee, if we do arthroscopy, remove these loose bodies, remove the fluid, remove the loose pieces of the cartilage, they will improve. But we have to be very careful. In a normal, non-mechanical symptoms, if we do arthroscopic debridement, they will get worse. So we have to be very selective whom we can treat with arthroscopic debridement. The final stage is stage 4, where joint is completely damaged, pain is continuous, they are not able to do their activities, night pain, rest pain, and there may be deformities of the joint, especially bending of the knees. They won't be able to walk even few minutes. In this case, if you take a X-ray, there will be complete destruction of the joint. In these patients, there are not many options left. Most of the time, knee replacement is needed, and if we choose right patients, right time, knee replacement is very successful operation.